Hello everyone, hope you're doing great. So today we are going to discuss an article that came in Indian Express. This article is dated 22nd January and this article is written by Mr. Kaushik. So this article discusses about the strategic significance of the bridge that China is building on the Pangong Lake. So what we have to understand is that there is a constant rift between India and China, particularly last year when they came into our territory. They claimed to came into our territory. Now the important thing is that it is now proven that they are building a bridge on the Pangong Lake. The bridge is built on their side of the Pangong Lake, but still it is a very major security threat for all of us. This article can be divided into five major portions. The first is where is the bridge built? This is important as the geopolitical aspect of the question. Second is why this area is important to us. Third is how can the bridge really help China? Fourth is what is our response to the bridge that they are building? And the fifth is what is the solution or what is the final verdict and what is happening? Right. So first is where the bridge is built. Second is why this area is important. Third is how China's bridge impacts us. And fourth is how what is India's response? What is our response to their building the bridge? And the fifth is what is the status of the standoff? I mean, what is the future options that we have and what can happen actually? So, talking about the first thing, where the bridge is built, the article clearly mentions that the bridge is around 20 kilometer east of Finger 8 on the north bank of the lake. So, if this is the lake and this is 20 kilometer east on the this is I'm sorry, this is the west portion, this is the east portion. So, this is 20 kilometers east of the Finger 8. So if this is Finger 8, then this 20-kilometer line is the bridge where they are building this bridge. So India's perception, the line of actual control lies at Finger 8. The site of the bridge is within India's claim line. So this is something that is very important to understand here, that the bridge that they are building is inside India's claim line. But what you have to understand is that although the area has been under Chinese control since 1958, right? The site is east of old ruin named that is Khurnak Fort. Khurnak Fort. This can also come as a question. Where is Khurnak Fort located? China, which calls the area as Rutong County, is a frontier defense company at Khurnak Fort and a water squadron deployed further east at Bamuzang. Pangong Lake is a 135-kilometer long landlocked lake, more than two-thirds under the Chinese control, and the bridge is near the halfway mark. So if we have the Pangong, if this is the Pangong Lake, two-thirds of this lake is within China's reach, and this is where the bridge is being built. All right. Now, why this area is important to us, we have to understand that fingers on the north bank have seen frequent clashes. Finger 4 was one of the first friction as the in the current standoff. Second, the banks of the lake were among the most sensitive friction points in May 2020. Troops and tanks faced each other just a few hundred meters apart at some places until disengagement in February 2021. At the end of August 2020, India outmaneuvered China to capture the previously unoccupied heights of Kailash Range. So we have a very important name here, that is Kailash Range. Apologies for the handwriting. All right. On the south bank, we have the Kailash Range on the south bank with us. Indian troops positioned them atop Magar Hill, Gurnung Hill, Mukhpari, Rezangla, and Rechinla, dominating the Spangur Gap, which can be used for launching an offensive as China did in 1962. So, right now, we are at the beneficial position. We have captured the Kailash Range and also gaining a view on China's Moldo garrison. So garrison means their entire armory of troops and weaponry that is present. We have a clear visual of this garrison. Subsequently, Indian troops positioned themselves above the Chinese in Finger area on the north bank too. So on the north bank also we have positioned ourselves very beautifully, and we can monitor their activities from that position also. Now we have to understand, how does the bridge help China? How does this bridge help China? We have to understand, this is going to be a major important point. We have to understand that the main objective for any bridge or anything that the army makes is for quick menu mobilization of the PLA troops, the Chinese troops, between the two banks at one of the lake's narrowest points. So if this is the lake and this is the lake's narrowest point, then they want to maneuver it quickly. Now, why is this around? Because the Kailash range is around 35 kilometer west on the bridge side. According to security, India carried out this operation. The Chinese troops could not mobilize as quickly as they might have wanted. They had to go around difficult terrain on the north bank and double back on even tougher terrain on the southern bank to get to the Chulchul. So, for quick maneuvering, they are building this bridge. The bridge will enable Chinese troops to simply cross over, slashing travel time to the Kailash range from about 12 hours to about 4 hours. So, they want to reduce the travel time from 12 to 4. So this is the main reason why they're building this bridge. Now, so they have collected appears to be strengthen the idea of. So what they are saying is that the development of this bridge appears to be strengthen the idea of permanency being established by Beijing in the region. We have all seen what China does to any region, that it comes first, it enters, it stays, then it claims that it is their territory. So this is has been happening since China from a long time, and this is how they play their game. Now they are doing the same thing here as well, committing to its territorial claim with India by modifying the unforgiving landscape in its favor. So this is what they are doing. Reported on November that India, Kailash Heights, China is making new road to Spangur Lake. Now, the construction of this bridge hence appears to be lesson learned by PLA planners looking to provide seamless connectivity and rapid mobility for elements responding in the future to the front line with India. This is the main goal of this bridge. Seamless connectivity and rapid mobility for the elements responding in future to the front line with India. Matlab bus seamless connectivity and rapid mobility is something that you can write and you can understand. Last fourth point, second last point is, what is our response to this? Now, Ministry of External Affairs, they claim that um, the bridge is being constructed in the areas that have been under illegal occupation by China around 60 years now. So they are saying that 60 years से China के अंदर था ये, and they are building this bridge on this illegal occupation only. This has been taking all necessary steps to ensure that our security interests are fully protected, and as a part of these efforts, budget for development of border infrastructure. So what we are doing in countermeasures is we are also building bridges and border infrastructure significantly in these areas. So that means that we have more roads in these areas now, more bridges have been completed than ever before. So what is our response? We are also building roads and bridges, and we are also strengthening our infrastructure in the area. Like China, so what this the army chief General Narwani says, like China, India too is upgrading and developing infrastructure along the northern border in a holistic manner, including roads, tunnels, all-weather connectivity, strategic railway lines, additional bridges, storage facilities. So this is India's response, that we are also strengthening our infrastructure so that in case of any mishap, we are also able to deploy as quickly as possible. Now, major efforts have also been undertaken to what all dual use infrastructure which can be made use of, which is available in the civil domain. So, dual use means that all weather roads that can be used by civilian forces, and in case of an armed conflict by armed people, by army as well. Additional troops have been inducted, and infrastructure is and billeting facilities. Billeting facilities created for 25,000 additional troops who had gone in these areas. So they are saying that we have also deployed additional troops on the areas, and because all we have done, we are in much better position. This is what the army says, army chief general says. that where we are a year and a half ago, also much better prepared to meet any challenges. In 2021, over 100 projects were completed by the Border Road Organization. You have to understand BRO has been developing roads again along the border roads in the border areas, most of which were closer to the border with China. India is also improving surveillance. So, infra. So, yes, this is infra. How we are tackling the situation is infra plus surveillance. So, infra plus surveillance is something that we are using to tackle this position of China along the border, along with building new airstrips for landing areas. So, we had stations, we had airstrips, we have landing areas for planes in case of a full armed conflict takes place. Now, what is the status of the standoff? This is also something that they're updating us on the situation as to what is now the position. Both sides disengaging from the patrolling point PP-14 in Gilwan Valley, north and south banks of Pangong, and PP-17A near Gorga Post. So both the sides are disengaging from the PP-14 area. Was inclusive in achieving a breakthrough in the remaining areas. So we had the senior military commander meeting, but it was inconclusive, and we had a stalemate and stuck in stalemate since July. So stalemate is not going anywhere. It's like a fixed position where both sides are not negotiating anymore. As of now, there is a platoon-sized strength of soldiers from either side at PP-15 in Hot Springs. China has been blocking Indian troops from accessing the five traditional patrolling points in Depsang Plains, PP-10, 11, 11A, 12, and 13. In Demchok, what they're saying, the so-called civilians have pitched tents in the Indian side of the LAC and have refused to vacate. This is something that is very surprising to hear and understand. As to there are some civilian tents that have been pitched, and they're refusing to move from that area. So this is something that is very surprising to hear and to read. Each side has over 50,000 troops in the region, along with additional air defense assets, artillery tanks, and other weapons. So, this was an update on the current scenario. So, this was the article. This article is significant for the point of view to understand China's next move and understanding what China is doing. So, this can also be, this can come in polity, this can come in current affairs, and that's why this article was important to understand and analyze. So, all in all, this was a good article to read, and thank you for staying this long. We hope you like this article. Do share and subscribe the video for more such videos like this, and we will keep making more videos with analysis and understanding of articles. If any one of you, if any one of you wants this video to be made in Hindi or incorporation of Hindi more in the channels, do let us know in the comment section, and we'll do that for you. Thank you and keep supporting us. Your support is what keeps us going. Thank you. Have a great day and all the best for your exams.